Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Kingdom Hearts. In the last episode, we chased after Maleficent, only to encounter her and Riku, who had gained a new Keyblade, the power to unlock people's hearts. Using this power, he unlocked the true darkness of Maleficent's heart, unleashing her full evil powers by turning her into a fierce dragon. We engaged in a grueling battle with the dragon and ultimately managed to slay it. This opened up a new path in a passageway in the castle chapel, but we promptly ignored it to collect all the White Trinity marks throughout the worlds and earn some sweet rewards from the Dalmatian house and the fairy godmother in the form of a ribbon for rescuing 90 Dalmatian puppies, and the summon spell Mushu, who I wish we would be able to use this episode, but we will not, and I will not be going over him right now for that reason. In any case, we're going to, this time, check where this passageway leads to hopefully find where the missing princesses are. So let's not waste any more time and just go right on through. Takes us once again to the lift stop. Only a bunch of shadows, so I don't think that we'll really need to deal with them. We get to the Grand Hall. And man, the ambiance just went up a whole notch, like 13 notches actually. And we see here Snow White, Alice, Belle, Jasmine, Cinderella, and Aurora. All six of the 7 princesses of Heart. All of them captured here. And now I can finally say that all 6 of these princesses were foreshadowed all the way back during the Dive to the Heart segment. So let's take a sec to go over them, shall we? Starting with Snow White. She was first shown on the first stained glass platform of the Dive to the Heart segment, shown asleep while the dwarves, woodland creatures, and old hag were awake, symbolizing that her world had not fallen to the Heartless, but she was in peril from the Disney villain Cabal. This ties in with how either she or Alice can be seen in the ending scene of the Cabal after sealing Deep Jungle's keyhole. Up next, we have Cinderella. She was seen on the second stained glass platform. Like Snow White, she was shown asleep, but unlike Snow White, she had no other figures for her world to show that her world had been lost to darkness and the Heartless, and thus she was captured by the Disney villain Cabal for their various schemes. Up next, we have Aurora. She was shown on the... Well, she wasn't shown third, but her being here is rather... well, I'm gonna just skip over the third platform for right now because there's a bit more to it. The Aurora here was on the fourth stained glass platform. As with Snow White and Cinderella, she was shown asleep, but had the silhouettes of the 3 good fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, to show that their world had been lost to the Heartless, but the fairies themselves may still be out there. However, she was surrounded also by scepters and images of Maleficent when she is transporting magically, so it was showing that she was in the clutches of Maleficent, and honestly, it's kind of fitting considering she basically had total control over the situation in her own movie, so it makes sense that she'd have total control over Aurora in this case. Up next, we have Belle. She was the last princess shown on the final stained glass platform where we fought Darkseid during the Dive to the Heart segment. She was shown with Beast and his servants. Belle and the servants were shown asleep, indicating that their world had fallen to the Heartless and she had been kidnapped by Maleficent. However, Beast was shown to be awake, hinting that he had survived his world falling to darkness and was making his way to Belle to get her back, and thus suddenly foreshadowing that he would be a partner. Now, you may have noticed that there were no individual platforms for Alice, Jasmine, or the seventh Princess of Hearts. Well, the third stained glass platform showed three nondescript princess silhouettes to represent the princesses the Cabal had not yet captured. Their identities were hinted at with the symbols that were next to each silhouette on the platform. The Sun Princess represented Jasmine, due to her coming from a desert world. The Moon Princess represented Alice, who we found in a world that in her original movie was just a product of Alice dreaming during a nap, and the Cheshire Cat, whose disappearing grin resembles a crescent moon. As for the seventh and final princess, well, the third stained glass platform showed a figure surrounded by a crashing wave, as a hint to who she is, while also throwing a red herring, given that outside of Alice, all the princesses are official Disney princesses. So the logical guess from all of that would be that the final princess would have been Ariel. Though for obvious character reasons, it is clear that her heart isn't pure light, so it doesn't quite fit with the 7 pure lights, 7 pure hearts angle that the Princesses of Heart have. Now, we're going to see about who the final princess is, but before we do, we would have to step up those steps, but before we do, I want to give one last round of warning and recommendation. First off, for recommendation, I would make sure that you have Guard, Counterattack, and Blitz, if you have it at this point, equipped, as they will be very helpful for the fight that we have coming up. I also recommend having Cura and Aurora on your magic shortcut, and I would have Sora's items stocked out to the max with the best healing items you can manage. I feel like I've got a good selection here. If you manage to defeat Dragon Maleficent without any issues and without the aid of Tinkerbell, you should be fine. Last but certainly not least, I would like to say that this is the absolute last call. If you need any synthesis materials from previous worlds, are missing any doors at Neverland's Clock Tower, or haven't completed any of the 3 tournaments in Olympus Coliseum, do so now before we step up those stairs, as there will be no going back and a major change will occur in the game. So, you have been warned. Anyway, let's go.
Kairi! 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 Open your eyes!
It's no use. That girl has lost her heart. She cannot wake up.
What? You're not Riku?
The keyhole cannot be completed, so long as the last Princess of Heart still sleeps.
The princess? Kairi's a princess?
Yes. And without her power, the keyhole will remain incomplete. It is time she awakened.
Whoever you are, let Riku go! Give him back his heart!
But first, you must give the princess back her heart.
What's...
Don't you see yet? The princess's heart is responding. It has been there all along. Kairi's heart rests within you.
Kairi's inside me?
I know all that there is to know.
Tell me, who are you?
It is I, Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. So, I shall release you now, Princess. Complete the keyhole with your power. Open the door. Lead me into everlasting darkness.
Sora! Forget it. There's no way you're taking Kairi's heart.
Our dear friend and rival has been lost to the Seeker of Darkness. Say hello to Ansem Riku. This fight should be just a harder version of the duel that we had earlier with him, only now we only have Sora to fight him. You'll want to just mainly stick to guarding and counterattacking, or dodge rolling out of the way of his attacks and just punishing him. I believe, much like the duel on Destiny Islands, he does have a revenge counter after 4 hits, so you'll want to be careful. Having the Olympia Keyblade is certainly recommended, as its difficult to deflect status will enable you to sort of break through his guards sometimes. You'll want to keep Aurora up, because it'll definitely help out. Once we've taken down his first HP bar, he will start doing spin attacks at you, so try and keep a distance. You'll want to avoid using magic attacks on him, as he will counter with his own Dark Fire Raga, which is just a fast, dark blue fireball, which I think does dark damage despite its name. Okay, so I would go into the various attacks that he does, but they're all super fast, and I don't want to be too focused on actually explaining them to dodge them, because unlike Final Mix, if I fail this, I'm going to have to sit through that cutscene again, so just be careful. Oh, his Desperation attack right here. You'll want to just sort of fly out of the way as he zooms around. He does telegraph that pretty heavily, though, so it shouldn't be that hard to follow. He will do it more and more often as his HP gets low, so... And I did not mean to do that. Okay, thankfully, he's done with that little desperation attack of his. He's really not all that tough if you've prepared well, and aren't too reliant on Tinkerbell to win your battles for you. Guarding can also be pretty helpful here, but I just like to parry his attacks. That's some max AP. Sora learned Ragnarok.
Riku!
Sora, look! Oh, the keyhole! It won't work! The keyhole's not finished yet!
What can we do?
Maybe we gotta go wake Kairi up.
I think you're right. If we can free her heart... But how? A keyblade that unlocks people's hearts. I wonder.
Sora? Sora! Hold on!
Sora! What's happening to me? Falling into darkness. Sora? Are you really? No, he can't be. I won't let him go!
So, you have awakened at last, Princess. The keyhole is now complete. You have served your purpose, but now it's over.
Do you think we can stop him all by ourselves? I don't know.
Impossible.
No! You won't use me for this!
Riku!
You've gotta run! The Heartless are coming!
What about the keyhole? Let's just get out of here!
Yes, from Sora's own actions to free Kairi's heart, we've been reduced to a shadow, and are in control of it. There isn't really much more we can do, though I do want to point out that somewhere in this room is a chest. I believe it's actually up over here. I don't think we can actually... Yeah, we can't actually reach it, but somewhere in this room is a chest that we are going to want to find, and it kills me every time I play this section because I really want to get it, but we can't. And I don't know where Ansem went, but oh well, we'll just deal with him when the time comes. We're just going to have to follow Donald, Goofy, and Kairi on out. So, let's exit to the lift stop. Hop down to a lower level. This gets us to the high tower, which, if I recall correctly, we can just sort of hop down from over here. This gets us to the Great Crest, I believe, which will get us back to the lift stop. And, right, forgot I can't make use of anything in here, so down we go once again. This will get us into the castle gates on the higher balcony. And by going through the lift stop here, Kairi, hurry! I can't leave them behind. We can't stay here. A Heartless is after us. I'll take care of him. Well, you say that, Donald, but hopefully you don't.
Sora? Is that you? This time I'll protect you. Sora! Kairi, thank you. Sora! Sora!
Go now!
Come with us!
I told you before, I'm not leaving without Belle. Now go! The Heartless are coming.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Tell me what happened. So the darkness is flowing out of that keyhole.
No wonder there are more and more Heartless everywhere. The only way to stop them is...
Seal the keyhole, right?
Maybe, but no one knows what will happen once it's sealed.
Well, we can't just stay here. We have to do something. I've got a friend back there.
That's right. You have one more friend to worry about. Riku's Keyblade must have been born of the captive princess's hearts. Just like that keyhole you saw. Of course, without Kairi's heart, it remained incomplete. Once that Keyblade was destroyed, the princess's hearts should have been freed. Don't worry, Sora. If anyone can save your friend, you can.
Well, now that we're back here in Traverse Town, there's a lot to say. But yes, as Leon and the gang explained in that scene, the Heartless have started to increase in strength and number due to the completion of Hollow Bastion's keyhole, unleashing a massive torrent of darkness into the world, and thus into the world surrounding it. Because of this, the Heartless have become more powerful. The varieties we fought in Hollow Bastion will be seen in various other worlds, and some of the weaker Heartless will be forced out as the world's battle levels rise, and even stronger Heartless are no doubt to be out there somewhere. This is why I wanted you all to grab any synthesis materials from weaker Heartless before we fought Riku Ansem. In any case, now that we've actually done that, this will make hunting down the Hollow Bastion varieties of Heartless, the Defenders, Wizards, Wyverns, and Dark Balls, much easier to collect their crystals, which I certainly need to collect quite a few more if I want to do what I want to do. This can make hunting them very easy, and there is actually a little sequence here in Traverse Town that I will be making use of. At least once we actually start getting into synthesis hunting proper, because there is one more material that we have to collect that we can't quite get right now, but I will share it now in case you guys want to do some synthesis hunting. Go to the 2nd District, fight all the enemies there, enter the hotel, fight all the enemies in the hotel, then go into the red and green rooms, killing all the Heartless that you come across, and then exit out into the alleyway, kill all the Heartless there, and repeat the process by getting back into the second district. This makes use of the 2 rooms away feature so that the Heartless in the second district will respawn, and you'll be able to just go in a loop over and over again until you get all the synthesis material you need, and you'll get a decent amount of experience from doing so. All in all, pretty good. Plus, now that we have Donald, Goofy, and Sora all with Lucky Strike, we should be fine. But we do need a way back to Hollow Bastion, since I don't think we'll be able to go the way we came. It seems the other princesses have been freed as well. Jasmine apparently hasn't returned to Agrabah. I suspect the others are still in the castle too. I'm not sure how you know that, but good to know. What do you have to say, Aerith? I thought the keyhole would strengthen the darkness. I mean, the darkness is strong, but still. It's almost as if someone is holding the darkness back. Well, that should be a key. Not sure why, but the Heartless are getting stronger. New types of Heartless are popping up all over the place. If anything happens to us, I know we can count on you, Sora. Thank you, Yuffie. What do you have to say, Kairi? I wonder how Riku's doing. Yeah, I can't imagine having Billy Zane possessing you is going to be all that good for one's psyche. Though he did seem to be holding off Ansem. But we will have to deal with him. Let's actually head on over to the first district. And we'll quickly talk to Sid. Sid, I need to go back to Hollow Bastion. I don't think I can let you do that, kid. The Heartless there are multiplying by the minute. They'd eat your ship up. Then what do we do? Simple. Go around them instead of through them. Install a new navigation gummy and take a new route. A new gummy? From where? The secret waterway. When I came here 9 years ago, I stored it in there in case I ever needed it. Never thought a kid would be the one to use it. Alright, well, we heard the man. Gotta make it to the second district alleyway and then the secret waterway. And how did you beat us here, Kairi? What a mysterious mural. It's almost hypnotizing. Well, that has been here the entire time, and it's the only thing that stands out in this place. Obtained Navigummy. Okay, so it's a navigation gummy that doesn't come in pairs. Good eye. Let's go back and join the others. We should rest up. Okay.
A light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, your grandma's story, right?
That's right. We were together.
You know what's funny? I looked everywhere for you, but you were with me all along. Finally, we're together, Kairi. Now, it's time to get Riku back.
You think it'll ever be the same again between us? Riku's lost his...
When I turned into a Heartless, you saved me, remember? I was lost in the darkness. I couldn't find my way. As I stumbled through the dark, I started forgetting things. My friends, who I was. The darkness almost swallowed me. But then I heard a voice. Your voice. You brought me back.
I didn't want to just forget about you, Sora. I couldn't.
That's it. Our hearts are connected. And the light from our hearts broke through the darkness. I saw that light. I think that's what saved me. No matter how deep the darkness, a light shines within. I guess it's more than just a fairy tale.
Well, let's go.
You can't go,
Why not?
because it's way too dangerous.
Come on, Sora. We made it this far by sticking together. You can't go alone.
Kairi, even if we're apart, we're not alone anymore, right?
I can't help?
You'd kind of be in my way.
Okay. You win. Take this. It's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me.
Don't worry, I will.
Promise?
Promise.
Don't ever forget. Wherever you go, I'm always with you.
Sora obtained Oathkeeper. Ah, young love. Let's check out this new Keyblade. Raises max MP by 1 and enhances magic and summon power, capable of dealing a string of critical blows. Like the Olympia, it is a medium reach Keyblade. Like the Pumpkinhead, it does deal a string of critical blows, which actually means it has a 40% crit rate, and actually means that any hit of a combo can deal a critical hit. I didn't actually know that, so I want to thank Chugga Conroy for pointing that out in his own Let's Play that has been going on concurrently to this one, though I imagine his will be finished before mine is, considering our difference in upload schedules. I don't particularly prefer this, but I might as well try it out. With that, let's head on back to Sid. Okay, Sid? You found it? Alright, I'll go fix up your ship. All set. You can get going anytime. Kid, I gotta say, I wish you didn't have to face all this danger. You're looking out for us, Sid, even if you are a crotchety old grump. But before we do go, I do actually want to visit your shop, because now that we've rescued Kairi, all the shops in Traverse Town have gotten an upgrade. Starting off, we've got this Life G, which we will want to buy. We've got Fire Gs, we've got Flare Gs, which I want to get 3 of those. I'm not going to be able to open every chest in the game, so might as well spend the money now while I've got it. We already had a Holy G, but I wanted to get a second one. I'm definitely going to do some upgrades to the Celine off screen. Osmos Gs, we have access to these now. These can certainly be of help. I think we already have one of each though, so I think we're fine on those. Haste 2G, definitely want to buy one of these. Shield 2G, basically is just a better shield gummy, will protect all the ship rather than just the direction the shield faces. We have some Thundaga Gs, so let's buy an additional one just so that we have 2 of them. The palette, this will give us more color options. Not sure if I'll make use of it, but we definitely want it. And then finally, we have the System Up 2, which will enable us to build a 10x10x10 gummy ship rather than the 8x8x8 that we've gotten from the System 1, or the 6x6x6 that we've had before. So, definitely want to buy that. And before we end things off, there is one more shop that we've got to go visit. Sorry about that. If we talk to Dewey here, which I actually learned that Huey, Dewey, and Louie shuffle based on the time that you've been playing, so every hour I think they switch off. Now that we've rescued Kairi, more weapons have been added to the item shop for Donald and Goofy. However, if you manage to get the Lord Fortune from getting all the summons. This wisdom staff is not all that worth it, and I always say don't bother with the mallets. And especially if you have the wizard's relic from killing Wizard Heartless, which will be a lot easier now that wizards are appearing in more areas than just Hollow Bastion. There is also the Onyx Shield for Goofy, which is well balanced and effective for attack and defense. I think it's basically just a small shield that is a bit stronger, but not nearly as strong as the Defender that he currently has. And then the Adamant Shield, which is just a large shield that's more built for defense than anything. All in all, if you have the Defender and Wizard's Relic, don't bother with these. And if you're playing more to the tank role and don't have the Defender for Goofy, just use the Dream Shield. You should have that by now. In any case, with all of that done, we have completed our first visit to Hollow Bastion and have obtained what we need to travel back there by going a new route. Next time, we head back out to the fortress so that we can seal the keyhole. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.